Well, welcome. Today you're in for a treat. You get just me. That's right. I am doing a solo episode on my own podcast called The Rhonda Effect: Intuitive Guidance for Executives and Entrepreneurs. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my intuition, which I like to call my extraordinary gift, and my corporate worlds that I am a sales executive for a North American print company. You may or may not know that I recently left a position I was very comfortable in at a Canadian print company and transitioned into this larger role. I felt spirit nudging me many months ago that it was time to leave. Again, it was comfortable. I didn't want to go, but it was comfortable. It was time to go. I knew it. And I just put myself out there. What I did is I made a cold call to a president of a company that I felt spirit was leading me to. And here we are today in a very quick nutshell. But I want to talk to you about how I incorporate intuition into my sales role. So it hasn't always been easy. So when I'm saying this to you, it's only because it's been a long time that I've been working this muscle, what I call my intuitive muscle. It for an example, if you go to the gym, which I don't, I used to, but I don't. But if you go to the gym, you are working muscles. You are building muscles. You're building strength. That's exactly what I say intuition is. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. It's a muscle. And how I use that to my as my secret weapon in my sales career is that I allow my intuition, or as I also call it, the spiritual downloads, the spiritual guidance. I let my intuition guide me to where I need to go. How it all starts is I am audient and clairvoyant. So I will hear spirit telling me where to go, or I will see clients or customers all the time, as in I see their signage. I hear about them. I see their trucks. I see a billboard. I hear someone speaking about them. I see them on LinkedIn. Spirit is like really putting that name on my heart, in my mind, and in my eyes. So I follow that nudge. And it's very quick. When spirit is leading me, spirit is opening the doors. Spirit has already prepared a way. I just need to walk. That's my job, is I need to walk and believe. So I find the right person who I think is the right person. 9 times out of 10, it is. There are that odd time when I get misled and I mislead myself. It's not spirit misleading me. But most times I find that right person, that right connection, and I connect with them. So I want to give you an example of how this works. I don't know how long ago, we'll say, 6 months ago, maybe. While I was still in the smaller company, I was being led to contact this pharmaceutical company. And if you know anything about pharmaceutical companies, they are pretty tight in there. They don't give any information. You really need to know who you're going to contact and why and how you can be qualified. So this particular pharmaceutical company, I already knew their name. I reached out to who I thought was the right person. Sure enough, that person led me to the next one. Very quickly. Doesn't always happen that way, but this was very quickly. And instantly I built a rapport with this gentleman, the procurement manager. This was a new client. This was a client that was not on that company's radar, but they were on mine. So within a couple of weeks, I had built a rapport. I had a meeting with this buyer, with this procurement manager, and that rapport started developing into like a friendship. which again doesn't happen very often, but I could feel spirit leading me. And then I found out that this particular client or this company, they were in a bit of a pickle. Spirit knew I could help them. But Spirit also knew that I could help this individual because this individual was going through a little bit of a family dynamic crisis, I guess you want to call it. And I was able just to listen and give spiritual advice without them knowing that it was being channeled by Spirit, because I didn't want to freak them out, even though they were kind of open to that kind of stuff, because you don't always have to carry around a crystal ball or wave sage to be spiritual. There's certain words that people say, certain like key factors that, they'll start talking about God, or they will say something about their deceased relative, or they will talk about things that keep coming up. There's just keywords that you listen to. So as Spirit is leading me down this incredible path, I find out that they're in a bit of a jam with their current supplier. I know the product that I can help them with. We get qualified. We start the ball rolling, and I find out it's $2.3 million worth of business. My jaw drops. Okay, I didn't know this going in, but through conversations, that is what is being discussed. This whole book of business is on the table. Within 3 weeks, Spirit led me to this company. Spirit opened the door for the right contact. Spirit knew what this person needed, not only for their corporate job, but also for their personal life. And did I walk away from the second meeting with a signed contract? No, it doesn't work that way in my life, although my VP would think it should have. But what I got was I established a rapport and a great, great relationship. And within 1 week after that, boom, there was a signed contract. And the best part is this client that started with me is transitioning with me in my new career. So Spirit knew back when I didn't know why I was leaving this smaller company and why all of a sudden I got a $2.3 million contract literally handed to me and I was going to leave. Are you crazy? But Spirit knew it was time to leave, and Spirit knew who was coming with me. That's how it works in my life for sales. It is the coolest thing that I get to do. Honestly, I get to open doors. I don't open doors. Spirit opens doors. I walk through them. All kinds of different clients. And the best part is when I start to build those client relationships, they become my friends. And they're always coming with me wherever I'm going, whether it be on a journey of something may happen in my life, or this particular case, they're coming with me as a complete corporate shift. It's so cool. Other ways I've built my sales around my intuition, or my intuition around my sales, however you want to call it. It's part of me. As I said, it's my greatest extraordinary gift, and I use it all the time. I allow Spirit to speak through me when I'm speaking to clients. I build rapport very easily with clients, but let me tell you, it's not always that way. I may myself go into a prospect or do a cold call, or even go into a client that is already established. And all of a sudden there's a shift that happens. And it's like that door has closed. And literally I walk away. It's probably not the best thing to do when you're in sales, is just to like hands up, walk away. But that's what I do, because I know, I trust, and I believe that Spirit is going to open another door. And I've had a major client go bankrupt, major client in my other career, or my other corporate company. And it was devastating to me. Absolutely devastating. I mean, it's devastating to all kinds of people, but this was like a really big shocker. But do you know what? Spirit has rebuilt in this new company that I'm with. Spirit has rebuilt a book of business that is going to far exceed that devastation back before. So have you ever listened to your intuition and gone in to see whether it be a prospect or a client? Maybe you've made a cold call. Maybe it's already established clients. Have you ever gone into a meeting and you've known instantly that this is a done deal, that there's something in this meeting? There's a reason why you're here. Have you ever had that feeling? That's your gut instinct. And on the flip side, have you ever gone into a meeting and thought, holy crap, get me out of here because this is going nowhere. I don't like, it's just that gut feeling that it's not the right path, not the right person, not the right avenue. There's something that you need to let go of. Because remember, spirit will always lead you to something bigger and better. Always. And as I was preparing for this podcast episode, I asked Spirit, what do you want me to say? What is it that you want me to convey to others? And I keep seeing on my board in front of me, I am my greatest purpose. Now, I know I've done a podcast episode number 1 to be exact. I am my greatest purpose. And you know, my greatest purpose is using my intuition to help others, whether it be in my corporate or whether it be in my entrepreneurial world or role. My greatest purpose is to help you. I've helped so many women kind of unlock their intuition just by helping them with what it is they're going through, their struggles. I have a program that I offer. It's called Back Pocket Psychic. You can have 1 day, 1 week, or a month. And it's usually in the first, I will say 5 to 7 days that you yourself would start to realize that you have your own muscle. And by the end of the month, if you sign up for a month, you know you have your muscles. You know it because you're incorporating that in your daily life, your intuition into your daily life, especially if you're an entrepreneur or an executive. You are starting to listen to that gut feeling, that intuitive nudge. For me, it's so much fun. Even though there's days when I sit here and I think, oh my goodness, what have I done? But that's my humanness. That's not spirit. That's my humanness getting in my way, getting in the way of spirit saying, go have some fun, relax. I got it covered. So I'm going to sit here for a moment because I know spirit has something to say because I can feel it. I can feel this bubbling. So even though you can't see me, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to tune into spirit and I'm going to allow spirit to speak through me. It may not have anything to do with sales. It may not have anything to do with, it's just going to be something that spirit wants me to reveal. So as you are building your intuition, as you're tuning in to what spirit has to say, this is what spirit is channeling right now. So what I see, because I am clairvoyant and clairaudient, what I see is a bed of nails. And on that bed of nails, there's a person laying on that bed of nails. And you can feel the spikes just into your back. And what spirit is saying, it's time to get up. It's time to get off that bed of nails. It's time to reach out and ask for that help. That bed of nails is not for a lifetime. That bed of nails is just, it was for a moment, but you've stayed there. You've allowed other people to take away your dreams. That's the bed of nails. They've spoken words over you and into you that are not right. That is the bed of nails. Those dreams and those goals that you have inside of you, somebody has told you, no, they're not real. That's the bed of nails. It's time to reach out, and I can see the arm, I can see the hand reaching out to Spirit, to God, saying, I'm ready to get off this bed of nails. And I can see that as you're being lifted, those dreams and those goals and those visions and that excitement is stirring, bubbling in you. And you are, as you're standing, I can literally see this little girl, this young girl dancing and swirling around, joyful and really, really just loving life, because you know that your dreams, your goals, your worthiness, your value, your everything is now coming to light. There is nobody going to be stopping you. There is nothing going to be stopping you. There is no bed of nails that you will be laying on anymore, because you are now up. You have risen. You are now a warrior. You are now an advocate for the light. You are now one that is going forward and really shining your light bright in all that you do. So I am not sure who needed to hear that and what that has to do with sales. But honestly, that's how Spirit works for me. I will get intuitive downloads for people. I will get them for myself. I will get them for clients. I will get them for my business. And that's how I've made the multi-million-dollar sales that I make. I'm not going to say all the time, but it's quite often that I do. So I'm going to end this podcast saying, use your intuition, strengthen that muscle, and you will be pleasantly surprised at the doors that will be opened and the doors you will end up seeing closed. Remember, Spirit is leading you and guiding you. Your intuition needs to be built so you can trust it.